What's up, Copy Squad? It's your boy Kyle Milligan, and today we're going to talk about how to evaluate a lead. There are two main purposes for this video. First, to help you identify the key components that are almost ubiquitous across all the multi-million-dollar leads in the copywriting world. And then two, help you to integrate this skill into your self-editing habits, because self-editing is a slow developing, hard to master sort of skill when it's very difficult to tell if your copy is engaging or exciting sometimes. But having this checklist at your side will allow you to at least have a sound argument and a sound setup structurally, mechanically speaking, so that your copy is at least set up to be as effective as possible. Okay, so let's jump straight into this. The elements that we're looking for in a lead. So first off, the lead is part of Act 1. In fact, it is all of Act 1 of a sales letter promo. And the question that it's answering is, what's in it for me? Okay, so we're working in a world where we want to force objections and skepticism and answer it as swiftly as possible with our copy. We don't want to be reactive. We want to be proactive in that regard. We want to pick and choose how we time to trigger these things. So first thing I recommend is get a pattern interrupt going. And pattern interrupt, I think, it's almost like a tricky sort of phrase where people, you'll see in the parentheses there, the objective is to engage with a pattern interrupt, because an interrupt is supposed to disrupt the pattern, as they say. You know, it's supposed to make you stop and go, what is that? Most people, and you can see this across all amateur marketers, it could be on Instagram, it could be on Vine, it could be on YouTube thumbnails. Most people start off with interrupting patterns. Their only technique, or their easiest technique, the one that pops in their head, is straight up outrage. Just saying like, oh, so-and-so exposed, or the secret, truth behind these people who are the enemy and their lies, or something like that. I also see this in financial publishing too. Sometimes you'll see just like something that just is serving to try to be like maybe over the top or just shocking. But I don't feel like that is really the most effective way to create a pattern interrupt. What we want to do instead is we want to pull them in. You don't want to just like smash them over the face. I know the expression that people say is the 7 expression. You have to smash them over the face with a sledgehammer. But really what you want to smash them over the face with is engagement. You want to draw them in. And I feel like doing too much over the top shocking stuff is going to push them away, right? So what you want to do to draw them in is you have 3 really easy options. Questions. What if I told you, can you spot the opportunity in this picture? What do most people get wrong about this? Like, try to hit them with a question to make them think very quickly. The second one is a visual sort of thing. Hey, it's me. Take a look at this thing. Look at this giant stack of papers. Look at my screen. Look at this picture of the satellites in the sky. Look at these stars, right? Get them to engage with you want them to engage, okay? That's real attention. You actually have their attention. You haven't shocked them into investigating. You've actually got them enraptured. Then the last one, real intrigue. What do I mean by real intrigue? It's teasing breadcrumbs. I should probably put breadcrumbs here, but that's as opposed to poor man's intrigue, which is where it's like, this is the biggest thing since this happened in this time in this universe. Where you're dropping poor man's intrigue, you're not saying anything. You're just saying like, this is exciting, which is, again, poor man's very beginner, amateurish sort of technique. Breadcrumbs is more like there is you can drop like a specific word or phrase. I saw on one of the copywriters I work with, you could say, if the theme of the promo is a 3rd dimension of the markets, then you can say, you've been absolutely misled by trading the 1st and 2nd dimensions of the markets. Well, there's automatic questions risen from those real clues or breadcrumbs, because then you wonder, oh, there's 2 dimensions of the markets. What are the 2 dimensions of the markets? Have I been already trading these things? Would I understand them if they're presented to me? Is there a 3rd dimension of the market? By creating those breadcrumbs, you open knowledge gaps that cause me to become engaged. Okay. Now see the difference between these kinds of things versus like just showing some shocking or offensive image or something like over the top, right? Okay. So the second thing you want to do, pattern interrupt, very, very important and often misunderstood, which is why I spent so much time. The other one's going to be more self-explanatory. Cred. You just want to drop something that says that this is real. It's not bull malarkey. It's like a real thing. The guru is credible, or the opportunity is credible. If it's electric vehicles, did Barron's or Bloomberg or Citigroup or someone say electric vehicles are the future? Because you don't want someone to be able to brush us off and say that's not real, okay? So think of some element of credibility that you could say, oh, this isn't just some random marketer on the internet. Tease your unique item, okay? So you've got to have some sense of something new and unique. And in a promo, it can be a catalyst, a catalytic event, something's coming that's exciting. And when I say tease it, you want to tease it again with real intrigue, with breadcrumbs, some real details that get you engaged. You can tease that catalytic event. You could tease that force of nature, which is the phenomena, the market phenomena that occurs. Maybe it occurs once a quarter, like that's earnings season, right? This market phenomena occurs once a quarter when all the eyes on certain companies are glued to their monitors for a period of 7 days straight, right? That can be earnings season or something, right? But I get really specific and it makes you wonder, what is that? And the last thing that you could tease is your mechanism, okay? So these are the 3 unique elements of your promo. Then what you want to do, or not then, this is not in order, but you also want to see someone or somewhere triggering BS. This is the ultimate promise sort of thing, where I'm just saying that this can change lives. This is going to be the biggest thing since sliced bread. This is absolutely revolutionary. It's a $15 trillion event, something like that. You want to trigger that skepticism on purpose. You want to trigger specifically them to say, bull malarkey, I don't believe you. So that therefore you have an opportunity now, because they're going to be looking for like, that seems absolutely outrageous. That gives you the opportunity to actually demonstrate the result of your promise, so that they have to say, well, if that's possible, how is that possible? And then you can move on to Act 2. So I got 2 more things here: expand the opportunity and fascinations. These aren't required, but I like to see these sometimes in leads. They seem to bolster the effect, which if you are doing like a demonstration of result, you can expand it further and say like, oh, and it's not just this one example. It happens across the globe, across different sectors, across different trades, across different times. Like, how can you expand that opportunity to make it bigger, right? And the other thing that you can do is fascinations, which is telling them in just a moment you're about to see, and then do some really gripping, bullet-driven fascinations. Fascinations, again, are often discussed and often misexecuted. What you want to do really is remember to have some sort of benefit embedded in your fascination. You want them to first question how can I get that? And then you want them to think that it is weirdly specific, that it can't be false. So those are the 2 elements to a good fascination. It has to have some sort of benefit that makes them go, oh, how do I get that? But then you also have to quell the skepticism by making your fascination weirdly specific. So they're like, well, that must be real, okay? So what we're gonna do very quickly, and I have a tip for writing here. So this is how you evaluate. And a tip for writing: watch for, note, and remove repeat information. Like if you find yourself saying the same thing over and over and over again, the lead is not the place for that, okay? We want to keep the leads tight and condensed. So what I have here is an example from the Win Both Ways trade. I like this example because the purpose of this video is to simply set you up with the tools and then assign you the homework. The homework being find 4 examples and mark up these pieces with these 5 or 7 pieces or elements, right? So this is a very good one to jump into because it's super tight and super quick. I can knock it out very quickly. So let's maybe, let's just run through it. I know what they are. Dear reader, today you're going to discover the single greatest trading strategy in the history of the markets. Okay, so that's a big pattern interrupt sort of proclamation. Like that's a PI. This could work. It's a strategy that could help you rack up 34 in average gains, individual gains as big as this, and this overnight. So we've got some BS. And get this, it doesn't matter whether a stock goes up or down. You just need it to move, right? So we're triggering some BS. We got some promise language in here, okay? I call it the win both ways trade. So here we have the mechanism. See how tightly this is moving. You just need it to move is going to be a part of that sort of like skepticism. My name is Brian. I'm a pro trader who learned in the Chicago Board of Exchange. I've gone on to trade for a living and done exceptionally well at it. So we have some credibility. Over 12 years, I've made all these recommendations and I've had all these results. That's all cred. How? Because I don't trade the normal way. Okay, so we have other folks are doing something wrong. So this is your unique element, right? It may not be that they're doing something wrong, but they're definitely doing something. He's doing something different. I don't trade the normal way. I don't do it this way. I don't buy stock, close my eyes, and pray to the gods. I use the tricks I learned on the Chicago trading floor to focus on the most lucrative opportunities. Case in point, the win both ways trade. Okay, so there's the mechanism again. No matter which direction the stock moves, just as long as it moves, you can make money. So this is your tease, right? This is teasing about that mechanism. While no strategy is perfect, look, he's teasing further. The win both ways trades can dramatically increase your chance of winning, and I'll prove it to you. So he's teased that, and now he's about to demo the result. All right, cool. So we know, let's see how many pieces we have here. We got a pattern interrupt. He triggered BS up here. He mentioned the mechanism, but didn't really tease it yet. He hits you with cred. Here's your unique element. All right, the mechanism tease and the demonstration of the results. So let's count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the 5 pieces. And that's really all you need to know. Like now it's a matter of execution because you can see the pieces in here and you can see it very tightly done in just one page. So again, the homework is going to be as written here, find 4 examples with these 5 elements. And if you could find the other ones too, expand the opportunity and have fascinations, that's fine as well. But yeah, so find them, dissect them yourself, and bring them back, and let's discuss them. And that's it.